What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today. A Litecoin right now, we're sitting at $61.26. We're up about 0.5%. What I want to do here is take a look at Litecoin on the one-day time frame, guys, and we're really going to step back and look at the big picture of Litecoin, some major support, resistance areas, a major critical area that we're actually testing right now that we have not tested in almost a year. So the fact that Litecoin's getting back to this area, it's pretty exciting, but there's still a lot of work to do here for Litecoin. So if you guys want me to keep doing Litecoin videos, let me know down low. Just put LTC or Litecoin and we'll dig into this for you, and we'll try to get them about once a week or so. So when we're looking at Litecoin, guys, looking at the one-day time frame, one thing I want to point out here, I'm not going to waste your time. You can do it for yourself, but you always want to look at LTC BTC first. Okay, so whatever altcoin you're ready to trade, you always want to make sure that it's performing better than Bitcoin is. Because otherwise you should just be in Bitcoin because it's going to be safer for you. So that's one thing that you always want to look at before entering a position. And for me, I'm not in any Litecoin positions right now. I'm looking for a great opportunity. I have limit buy orders from around $25 to $30. That's going to be the main area that I'm looking for if we do get a flush down from this area. So that's going to be my strategy to the downside. And to the upside, what I want to see is for us to get up above our 200-day moving average, which we are testing now. And that's the critical area that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So if we take a look at this 200-day moving average, and this is going to be in white here, we have not tested this to the upside, guys, in so long. I mean, we broke down through this, and this was on heavy volume December 4th, 2021. And since then, you can see this big air pocket that we've had. We haven't even been able to retest this 200-day moving average. We are just now retesting it. So if we take a look at this, came in yesterday, we had a really nice strong candle. It was about a 10% day, really strong on some heavier volume. And then so far what we've had today is a little bit of rejection here at this 200-day moving average. It's really important, guys. That's what people want to see us trading up above, longer term traders. For bull markets, you want to be up above that. Bear markets, you're typically below it. So right now we're seeing a little bit of rejection. We're going to have to wait for the candle close, which is going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you're waiting for that, and what we'd look for is a candle close back up above that 200-day moving average, and then try to get some follow through up to around $68 to $70 would be the next area of resistance that we'd be looking at. And that's if we step back here, you can see this major area here, and this is going to be in orange, this line. A lot of areas of resistance, support and resistance back in this area. So if Litecoin's able to get over top of this 200 and this about $68 to $70, that could open us up for a nice run. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, guys. Like I said, I still am anticipating more downside for Bitcoin. That's just my gut feeling on things, is that we potentially could go lower in this range. But I'm also prepared that if I'm wrong in that aspect, I'm going to look for good bullish confirmation once I see that this uptrend is established for Litecoin. Because, guys, you don't need to pick the absolute bottom. Okay, say down in here you go, oh, I got to get it at $54. It really doesn't matter. Look back in this range here. Once we crossed above the 200, we were at $50. We went all the way up to 95. We came back and had a nice retest of $64. People who got in at that $64, they were able to make still over 500% to the upside. So that's something you don't have to nail bottoms, guys. There's plenty of percentage to the upside, even if you miss that very bottom move. So for me, I'd rather have more confirmation and know that the wind's going to be at my back if we do break up above this 200-day moving average there. Now, when we step back and we take a look at this, one thing I like to look at is Fibonacci retracements. And you can do this in bull markets and bear markets. So what we're going to do here, we're going to pull from the top to the bottom, and what you can see is many times we'll get a bounce or a reaction move up to that 0.618. It happens a lot in the stock market. When you're in bear market, you can get up to that 0.618 or even higher sometimes before you start to roll over again. So up here we were at $415. We dropped all the way down to $103. Then we had a bounce back to $302. So if we had something similar and we go from this high here, and this roughly at about $302, we take it to our low if this is going to be the low, and we take a look, the 0.382 would put us back at 140. The 0.5 would put us around 171, and then that 0.618 could put us back to around $203. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, guys. We got a lot of stuff going on in the macro in terms of the environment, just the world macro environment in terms of economics. There's a lot going on, and it could really affect Litecoin, you know, both to the bullish side and the bearish side. So you have to have a plan. Like I said, my plan is going to be limit orders down around $25 to $30. If we have a nice break to the downside, I think that'd be a great opportunity. And then if we move to the upside, I would like to see something like this, guys, just to give you a drawing. So we break up above it a little bit more, we back test it, we find support, and then we move from there on heavier volume, and you start getting these higher highs and higher lows. You would want to buy on one of these retracements here and then try to ride it up for the next leg to the upside there. But you don't have to nail the bottoms is the main thing that I'm trying to tell you. Okay, there'll be plenty of time. Now, if we take a look at the relative strength, it's going to be at 70 right now on the one-day time frame for Litecoin. So we haven't seen that number. Let's see here, guys, since roughly November 15th, 2021. So it's been a long time since we've been up that high. VWAP is going to be at a positive 15.25. Money flow is going to be a negative 0.55, trying to get over to the positive there for our money flow. No, guys, one thing you have to prepare for, and I lived through 2017. I was in 2017, but I lived through this entire bear market and went through it and the depths of it down in this range. When Litecoin was back to $20 after being up around $450. I've experienced these things before, and you can see these market cycles, just the boom and the bust that comes in. And if you're able to accumulate down in these ranges here, many times it can be an amazing position trade or a great opportunity for you as we make our move back to the upside there. But it potentially could take time, guys. If we're taking a look at Bitcoin, we're still far from our 200-day moving average, and Bitcoin's going to be the driver here. So if we take a look at that, we're looking at about $24,000 or so for our 200-day moving average. And just by looking at this, you can see Litecoin's a little bit of ahead of Bitcoin just due to the fact that it is testing its 200-day moving average as opposed to Bitcoin, which is not. So if we went into LTC BTC, most likely right now it's probably looking a little bit stronger. We'll go LTC BTC, just take a quick look here. And what you can see, guys, we actually crossed over our 200-day moving average here. Got another nice pop to the upside. So we're looking at some resistance. Up in this area here would be our next one. That'd be at 0.003644 would be a spot for us. But we could draw an uptrend line, and we haven't been able to do this in a while here, guys. Right here. And that's what we'd want to see hold. Just keep working our way back to the upside. Now with Litecoin on the LTC BTC chart, many times you can get these big massive spikes, and then it just gives it back up. So you can see big spikes here, and then we just give it back up. Big spike here, and then we give it back up. So just be cautious in this range, guys, and really keep an eye on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin's doing, because that's going to be the driver for Litecoin. But I still do believe that Litecoin has been around since 2011. It's been through multiple market cycles. I do believe it's going to stick around, and it's going to do well in the next bull market whenever that starts. So just some of my plans, guys, what I have going on. If you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and put Litecoin down low, and we'll try to do this about once a week or so. God bless you all. Take care.